Hey, good morning, folks. Michael here with Breath Tap. Another wonderful, beautiful summer day. I'll drink to that. That's my latte. It's good. Yeah, it's pretty hot out. It's Sunday, July 7th. Hope everyone had a fantastic Independence Day and really felt the freedom of life, right? Even if you don't agree with what's going on in the country today and politics and all that, regardless of that, you should really take time to feel grateful, to be alive, to breathe, right? Take a breath of fresh air and focus on more of what you want, even in regards to the country, the politics, the election, whatever, right? It's easy to get stressed out about that and get sucked into those narratives and all the negativity and the negative energy. There's plenty of negative energy there, but the beautiful thing is when you know you don't want it, you can focus on what you do want, right? Don't get sucked into it. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. So this video, we're going to do some tapping today. There's going to be a little bit of a explanation before we get to it. So feel free to skip ahead to the chapters, right? The next chapter will be when we start the tapping. But I wanted to do a little intro on this one and spend a little time talking about it because it's pretty important. And, I've worked with lots of different people from a coaching perspective and people from different walks of life, and young and old, and people that are in pain, having health issues, people who are trying to grow their businesses and earn more money and stuff like that. I've worked with lots of different people, and there's one secret that I'm going to share with you today. And the secret for people who don't get to experience the power of utilizing their mind, the science of the mind, the neuroscience of the mind, engineering their mind to work for them. The reason a majority of people don't succeed with it is because, here it is, they're not putting in the work. And what do I mean by that? Well, is there a lot of hard work that's required in order to live the life that you desire? No, actually, there's not. It's really all about your mindset and your perspective, right? So you could have a positive mindset, a negative mindset. You could be easily triggered into a survival state of being or a positive, empowering, creative state of being, right? In a lot of my videos, I get into different aspects of that. But the reason most people don't succeed, and a lot of the people I even work with, there's some people that take on these practices, whether it's tapping or visualization, breath work, meditation, and they completely transform their lives. I've seen it. I've seen people who, for example, I have a friend of mine who wanted to start his own business, thought about starting his own business, has very incredible skills, and just never would take that step. And I had some talks with him about that. And then one day it was like a light bulb went off in his head. And now he's a successful business owner. And he's even attributed some of that success to things I've said to him and guidance I gave him. And that's powerful and that's incredible feedback. And so I do have clients who they take things on and they commit to it, even if it's hard in the beginning, and they stick with it and they literally transform their lives. And it's not me, it's them. They're doing the work. And it's not a lot of hard work. Like a lot of the techniques we use, we're using tapping, right? Tapping helps with the limiting beliefs. Tapping helps flush out issues that are holding you back. Tapping helps you be more honest with yourself about how you feel about things, right? About pursuing your goals and objectives. Oh, I don't feel good enough. I'm an imposter because I'm not smart enough, credible enough, skilled enough, experienced enough to do this. Those are the types of things the tapping is phenomenal for. Helping reprogram the subconscious mind, flushing things out of the subconscious mind, old memories, trauma, things that hold us back. So the real secret is the thing that really holds most people back. It's not that all this work, the work to put in is hard. It's not that. It's not that these techniques are hard or that they take a lot of time. It's not that either. It's we get in our own way. We get in our own way by the very mind we're trying to change. Think about that. It's a vicious cycle. We want to change, transform. We want to attain things. It could be material things. It could be transformation of the mind. It could be relationships, finances, businesses, careers, schooling, education, right? It could be anything. It could be anything. And we hold ourselves back. We get in our own ways. That's the only thing that ever really holds us back is we get in our own ways. So essentially what I'm doing is help people get out of their own ways and then empower themselves to create the life they want, the life of their dreams, no matter what it is. So that's the secret, is that most people don't do the work, or they don't do it long enough, or they dabble in it, but they start to take score. They start to look for what they don't have, and that's shifting to the wrong state of being. When you start to notice what you don't have that you want, then you get upset about it because you're not seeing it yet. Then you're, like Abraham Hicks would say, you're on the wrong side of the stick. You're putting energy into noticing that you don't have what you want, that you're becoming stressed out about it, angry about it, bitter about it, right? Depressed about it. And that's the wrong state of being to be in. And so a lot of people kind of get stuck there because it is a vicious cycle. You try to take score for, what you're doing the work, maybe a week, maybe a month, nothing's really happening. Maybe you're not even feeling any different. And then you start to focus on that aspect that you don't have what you want yet. You're taking score. You're not noticing any difference. You're not transforming. You're not materializing everything you've ever dreamed of. And then all of a sudden you're in that survival state of being stressed out, back in the old program that you were trying to change in the first place. So it's it's a balancing act, right? You got to maintain that focus. You got to maintain that awareness. You got to become more self-aware. And the thing is, with the practices, they're not hard to do, and it doesn't take long to do them, right? You can do them 20 minutes a day, an hour a day. Some people spend 5-10 minutes a day. It'll be different for everyone. I like to spend a good hour a day, right? If I had 2 hours a day, I would spend 2 hours a day, and sometimes I do. Sometimes it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It doesn't really matter how long it is. It matters that you're consistently doing these daily rituals, working on your mental hygiene, and doing them consistently. There's typically not going to be instant gratification. And if you look around in today's world, there's a lot of instant gratification. You could feel better in a moment by shopping. You can go on Amazon, order something, get that hit of dopamine, feel good. You can go on and scroll through social media, feel good, feel good. You can watch porn, right? There's so many things you could do. You could do recreational drugs. You can go eat whatever food you dreamed of. You could order to your house and have it there in less than an hour. And boom, you're getting all that dopamine, right? So instant gratification is at an all-time high today. And so it's hard for people to shift away from that to long-term gratification. The thing with the long-term gratification, and when I say long-term gratification, I'm talking about the materialization of what you want, the aligning with more of what you desire, and doing that by way of your mindset, your perspective, and using tools like meditation, visualization, tapping, breath work, journaling, whatever it might be, or whatever combination it might be. Doesn't really matter, but all of those tools require commitment and work. And it's not a lot of work, but getting yourself to sit down and meditate for even 10, 20 minutes a day could be very challenging for a lot of people. And even when you get to that point of doing it for 10, 20 minutes a day, staying consistent daily could be really hard for people because the gratification isn't going to happen until later down the road. Now, when you become a regular meditator, there is this beautiful place that you get to in your visualizations, your meditations, even with tapping, where you just feel really good. So there is some gratification in doing the practice when you start to fire and wire the neural circuitry of enjoying the process and the journey. But again, what you really want is going to be a little further down the road. And so you don't have the instant gratification. And a lot of our attention spans are even more limited than they were 10, 20 years ago, which makes it even harder. So the secret is, if you're not experiencing what you desire or what you want, you're probably not putting in the work. Or if you are putting in the work, you're taking too much score. You're not maybe fully committing to the process, the journey. Maybe you're going through the motions like it's a chore you need to do. And so you're not fully embracing and embodying the emotions of being the person you want to be, having the things you want to have, living the life you want to live, right? So there's also a balancing act in how you do these practices and what works for you. So you need to get out of your own way. You need to break that vicious cycle, right? Where you're taking score, you're falling back into the old programming of the mind that's stressed out, upset, unhappy. That doesn't mean I don't have, low times where I'm stressed out, where I'm unhappy, where I'm angry or whatever, right? I certainly do, sometimes on a daily basis. But the biggest difference is I have my daily rituals where I focus on what I want. I create more of what I want. I align with more of what I want. I'm not taking score, but it's beautiful when things start to show up that you want and you realize how powerful your mind is and you start to manifest and materialize more of what you want, right? But the other thing is when I do have those stressful moments, I become aware of them right away. I don't just go into automatic program. I become aware of them. I shift out of them. Sometimes I shift instantly. Sometimes I actually have to do some tapping to break through. Sometimes I have to do some breath work. Sometimes it's an instant shift where I'm like, oh, I'm in that survival state. I'm stressed out. Why am I so upset? There's not really anything bad going on here. And I just talk myself right out of it. And I'm back at that high energy creative level, right? So there's actually a butterfly just sitting on the camera right now, which is kind of funny. It's like one of those synchronicities. It's beautiful, and I'm grateful for that. That was pretty amazing. Anyway, so the point here is this: you're getting in your own way. You're taking score. It's a vicious cycle. If you're not getting what you desire, it's because you are getting in your own way and you're not putting in the work. And you're not putting in the work because you are getting in your own way. So that's what we got to break through. So we're going to tap on that today. So sorry for the long intro. I'm going to take a sip of my latte. And I'm going to set my latte over here. And let's start tapping. Let's do it. If you're feeling this will help clear things up. You could start doing this daily if you're having issues with getting in your own way, right? So here we go. Nice deep breath in. Let it go. All right. Even though I know that creating the life that I want requires some work, some effort, and a daily commitment to my rituals. I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself right now. And even though I know it can be tough to consistently put in the time and effort it requires to create the life of my dreams, I just don't have time. Or it's not working. Or I just feel stuck. I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself right now. And even though I'm getting in my own way, I realize that I haven't fully committed to the process, the journey, the techniques to re-engineer my mind and body for greatness, transformation, success, whatever it might be, in whatever way it might show up for me. I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself right now. I know that creating the life I desire requires some work, requires commitment from me. This inability to create the life that I desire, I'm holding myself back. I choose to realize that right now. It's not that the techniques don't work. I'm simply not committed to putting in the time and work necessary to create the life of my dreams. It's all about mental hygiene. I hold myself back. I might blame others. I might call this mindset work woo-woo, not real. But I know that neuroscience, quantum physics, metaphysics totally back this up. I also choose to realize that there have been times where I've manifested something in my life, even something small. Like I thought about somebody and they gave me a call or shot me a text message. Or I thought about how great it would be to have something and then it just happened to show up. And I might chalk that up to luck. Oh, it's just luck. Coincidence. Luck and coincidence are manifestation and materialization of the mind. There's no doubt about it. I choose to realize that now. And I know it's tough to consistently put forth that work and that effort. But then again, it's all about mental hygiene. I choose to realize that I'm committed to other aspects of my life. My physical hygiene. I take showers. I brush my teeth. Almost every day, if not every day. I shave. I have physical hygiene practices that I do daily. So why are my mental hygiene practices not as important? I can literally change my life from the inside out by re-engineering my mind, collapsing limiting beliefs, eliminating the blocks that keep me stuck in life, that keep me stuck from pursuing my dreams. I have the tools and resources available that are simple to do and don't take much time, yet I hold myself back. I don't do them, or I don't do them consistently or daily, or I'm not totally embracing and embodying these techniques. And I just let myself go, slip back into old thinking, old conditioned programming, living the same old life I'm still living. And I give up my mental hygiene practice completely sometimes. I mean, I don't stop brushing my teeth daily. I don't stop taking regular showers. Then why do I allow myself to not pursue my mental hygiene practices? Why am I not dedicating myself to even an hour a day, even a half hour a day, to work on my mindset, my personal growth, my transformation? I have things I want to accomplish. It's time to focus on them. I choose to become more aware of this. I choose to become more aware of the fact that I get in my own way. All this self-sabotage, all this getting in my own way. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink. I've been leading myself to the water, maybe even taking a sip, but not a full drink. The butterfly's back. I choose to be the horse that drinks the water consistently. Michael has helped lead me to the water using techniques like EFT, visualization, journaling, breath work. There's plenty of techniques to utilize in order to transform my life. I choose to fully embrace these techniques. I choose to fully commit myself to this process and this journey. I choose to enjoy the journey. And I choose to let go of this desire to take score. I choose to let go of this desire for instant gratification. I choose to be so excited about my future that I feel it right now, that I can close my eyes and visualize the life of my dreams in all areas of my life, and be so into that visualization that I feel the emotions of having it now, which means I don't need to take score because I'm already experiencing it right here, right now. I choose to realize that my mind, my brain doesn't know the difference between something that's happening in my mind, visualization, a fully embodied visualization, and what's happening in real life, which means I know that my brain will take me to more of that which I desire because I am feeling the emotions of living the life I desire now. I choose to allow myself to really understand that. I choose to free myself from the habitual thought patterns that hold me back. I choose to let myself go. I choose to step out of my own way. I choose to be the horse that drinks the water. I've been led to the water. The techniques are not hard. The rituals are not hard. My daily rituals don't even need to take that much time. There's no physical effort involved. I choose to realize how easy these techniques are and fully embody and embrace them and start to create more of that which I desire. I choose to get out of my own way. I choose to be the horse that drinks the water now. And I choose to allow myself to create the life of my dreams through long-term gratification and a commitment to my daily rituals from this point forward. So be it. It is true. In body, mind, heart, and spirit, take a nice deep breath in. Let it go. All right, folks. I hope that helped. Take note of any little thought, memory, fleeting idea that came to mind and write it down because it could help you identify other things that are getting in your way. Memories, thoughts, emotions, beliefs. When you write them down, then you could start to tap on each one of those, start to collapse each one of those, start to become more aware of each one of those and turn them around, right? So best of luck to you. I'll see you next time.